I'm Carol Bennett with e-luminate, part 3 of our series, talking to Dr. Clara MacNamee. In part 1, we heard about Clara MacNamee's background and adventures leading to her vision. In part 2, we heard about how she was able to convert a simple little clinic in Nepal into a rather multi-service hospital. But Clara, you just don't stop. So here in part 3, Clara's going to tell us about her 5-year plan. So go for it. What are your plans for the future?
Well, there are 7 higher villages we serve, and there are a lot of young people there. And education is there, but it's very limited.
Okay.
It's more, I'd say it goes up to about our 10th grade.
10th grade, okay. It's public school?
It's public.
Okay.
Except they have to pay for their uniforms,
Okay.
and they pay for their books, and they pay a modest fee for school.
Okay.
Not all children go to school, and that's that's something I'm thinking about.
Okay.
But right now,
That'll be your 6th year
I
plan.
think the 5-year plan is to build a school of nursing at the hospital site. We have a space, and what I'd like to do is offer it to those children in those 7 villages, the teens,
Okay.
to bring them down to Rajbash and train them for a year to be a doctor's assistant.
Excellent.
But they sign a contract for 5 years. They'll go back and run an outreach clinic.
Uh-huh.
And thereby we have immediate services for the village.
Great.
Then after 5 years, they have an education, they have a credential, and they can go anywhere they want and earn a very respectable living.
So what kind of services would they be able to provide in their villages?
Well, they do inoculations. The biggest service that I have in mind is birthing,
Birthing.
because the women in all the villages birth at home. And Dr. Ramu and I agreed the most prevalent ill of the women are prolapse uteruses.
Oh dear.
And it's a tragedy of incompetent birthing.
Oh dear.
So that's one of the major surgeries. Inoculations, they can do suture wounds, they could, broken bones, they can...
Set minor breaks.
Yeah, minor breaks. And just general, what shall I say, health clinic emergencies can be handled there.
Good.
You know, and they get wounded a lot. I just had a communication from the hospital this week, and the man had severed his hand, all the tendons across his hand from a machete, and they could do the simple treatment of the wound and could tape it until a doctor could suture the ligaments.
Oh dear. So earlier on you talked about trying to find yourself after retirement. So this must be extremely satisfying to you in retirement years.
You know, I don't even put myself there. It's not about me. But I'm so happy that I can be of service.
Right. So do you go back to Nepal very often?
Every year, in the month of October.
Every year? So how many times have you been there?
Well, since 2012. Wow. 6 times.
Oh my gosh.
And I hope to keep going.
So what are you doing to ensure the program continues beyond you?
Well, I've set up a CRT, it's a charitable remainder trust, that upon my death, there will be money there to operate for many years to come.
Okay. Do you have anybody willing to step up into your position to sort of oversee it, to make sure?
Well, I don't really oversee it. I think we all do our share. Everybody in the group that goes, we all give our time and attention. But I tell you, it's such a joy. It's not a vacation, because we're at 12 to 13,000 feet.
Yeah.
And when we do the health camps, we walk to the top of the mountains.
Ooh.
It's called trekking. People pay money for that.
Yeah, they do. That's true. Well, do you have any special heartwarming stories to share that?
I have one that involves Nevada.
Really? Oh, tell us about that one.
Well, a friend of mine is a music teacher at San Jose Middle School in Nevada, and she has the middle school youngsters, and I'm kind of a band groupie. I love to go and hear them play, and they're amazing for their age. There's a little girl with a bari sax, and it's bigger than she is. But she asked me to come one day and tell the stories of the children in Nepal, and I did. And they said, when are you going again? And I said, as a matter of fact, I'm going next month.
Ooh.
So they didn't tell me anything. And then she came over to the house a week later, and she brought this whole stack of envelopes. And she said the students have all written their life story to the students
Really?
in Nepal because they wanted to know that they aren't different, we're all the same.
Oh, sweet.
And I thought, isn't that an altruistic kind of thing? And I was
Yes.
so pleased because there's, accepting diversity is the thing we all must learn because we're all the same. We're not different. And they wrote their stories. So when I got there, before we handed out the soccer balls and the backpacks, I handed out the letters. And the kids were so excited. This is my letter. And they read it and read it.
And they could read English, of course, huh?
They started in English in the early years,
Oh, good.
and which is very forward, I think,
Yes.
because dual language is so important.
Right.
But anyway, they decided they would make friendship bracelets out of little leather strands.
The Nepal children
The
did.
Nepal children. So when I came back, I had 41 envelopes with bracelets for every kid.
Oh.
And it was a good communication, because now they're aware of something outside of their world.
And kids
it
love
was a
to
very
wear-
healthy thing.
Kids
I
love
really
those
enjoyed it.
bracelets.
They do. And they're still wearing them. I
They
love
still
that.
have them? Oh.
Yeah, there are many heartbreaking stories. Well, I took a friend from Los Angeles with me last year, and she's a kindergarten teacher. So
Okay.
she went into the lost and found, and she took all these jackets and sweaters home and washed them, and we took them to Nepal in our suitcase.
Smart.
And we laid them out on the bench at the school where we were going to run the health clinic.
Uh-huh.
And the teachers would come out, and they knew their students, so they'd call a student down to pick out a jacket or a sweater. And it was so amazing. He was about 7. He's dancing around the schoolyard, my jacket, my jacket, my jacket. I cried.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Something so used that we would toss away at
Right.
the end of the year.
Right.
Washing it and giving it to the child was a gift.
Oh.
They have nothing. You walk along the trails and you go through villages. Come, 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 have tea, have tea. And you walk into this one-room building in which probably 8 or 10 people sleep. And all the cups are lined up on the shelf, and there's an open fire pit for the cooking, and you have a cup of tea.
Oh, nice.
The generosity and the heartfelt goodness is amazing there. And it's
I've
the
heard
poorest
that.
country in all of Asia.
Is it really? Nepal is? Oh, I've heard that the people are just really very,
But we've missed something.
yeah. Well, do you have any other stories?
Let's see what else I can. There's so many
Okay.
that are so heartwarming.
Well, no, I saw you in the movie. I saw this recent movie about you, and
Oh.
you were climbing down this rock pathway, and these 2 women were holding you up, and you were all giggling and having so much fun. Tell us about that.
Well, they found out how old I am, which was a mistake. So now they feel they have to assist me. So they're grabbing my arm, and I'm trying to hold on to the trekking poles. I've got good strength and good balance, but they are off balancing me, and I'm going to go over the cliff today. But my friend Aka, he runs a Tonka painting school in Kathmandu. He's promised if I send my ashes, he'll build the stupa. So I thought, that stupa's getting built. But they all try to help me, and I keep saying, I'm fine, I'm fine. They're very generous
Yeah,
and very helpful.
that's sweet. I guess I can say to everybody just to be sure and try to donate. Try to donate to continue the efforts that Clara has done here. So if anybody listening would like to donate, they could contact Steve Gross at steveggross@earthlink.net or go to the website www.dcwcnepal-us.org. Thank you very much,
Thank
Claire,
you
for being
so
here.
much. And thank the audience for watching.
Thank you. Thank you very much.